Imagine you are sitting in an interview. The interviewer smiles and asks, "Can you explain state management?" Suddenly, your mind starts racing. You remember words like NGRX, signals, behavior subject, store, and reducer. But then you realize you know the tools, but you don't actually know what state management means. Or maybe someone on your team says, usually manager says, we should migrate this project to NGRX. And you are wondering why he is asking to migrate NGRX. We can use Angular services also. But if you have ever had these questions, this video is for you, because by the end of this video, you will understand what state actually is, why Angular application needs state management, why service work in some projects but not every project. And most importantly, you will be able to answer this question confidently in an interview. Let's start with a real application. Imagine you are building an Angular application. We have product component, header component, cart component, and checkout component. Everything looks simple. The user clicks add to cart. Now think for a second. Which part of application should update? The header? Yes. The cart? Of course. And checkout? Definitely. Maybe product component changes the button from add to cart to added. Interesting. One click, five different components need new information. Now here is the real question. How will every component know the cart had changed? Most Angular developers do this. Create a cart service, mark it provided in root, inject it whenever it's needed. Header component, cart component, checkout component. Everything works fine. Life is good. You start thinking people are just overreacting. State management isn't necessary. And honestly, for a small application, you are absolutely right. At first, everything feels simple. But as your application grows, adding a product is not just updating the cart anymore. You also need to recalculate totals, apply coupons, save the cart, sync with server, and trigger analytics. As the application become more complex, maintaining all these interconnected updates become difficult. And why it is difficult? Imagine three friends planning a vacation. One changes the hotel, another changes the flight, and one changes the travel date. Nobody informs anyone else. When the vacation starts, everyone reaches a different destination. The problem wasn't the vacation, the problem was everyone had their own version of truth. Your Angular application works exactly the same way. Different components start maintaining different copies of the same information. That's the real problem. Not Angular, not TypeScript, not RxJS. That's why, before we understand state management, let's first understand what state actually means. Here is a simple definition. State is any information your application needs to remember. Is the user logged in? That's the state. What's inside the shopping cart? That's the state. Current theme, dark mode, light mode, that's the state. What language you have selected from your application, that is the state. Current filters is also a state. If your application needs to remember something, simply that is a state. Now imagine, instead of every component storing its own copy, we create one central place. Whenever the cart changes, it changes only there. Header, checkout, wish list, product page, everyone reads from it. Nobody owns their own copy anymore. Everyone reads from the same source. This is called single source of truth. And that's exactly what state management is. If an interviewer asks you what is state management, here is a simple answer. State management is the process of storing, updating, and sharing application data in a predictable way so every component always sees the latest information. Notice something. We never mentioned NGRX in this definition because state management is a concept, not a library. So, the next time someone asks what is state management, don't start talking about actions, reducers, effects, or stores. Start with the problem. When multiple Angular components need the same data, someone has to manage that data. Everything else is just one possible implementation. Now that you understand the concept, the next question becomes which approach should you actually use in Angular? Should you use Angular services, behavior, subject, signals, component store, or NGRX. In the next video, we will compare each approach, look at real project scenarios, and understand exactly when each one makes sense. If that sound useful, subscribe and I will see you in next video.